We're all so used to seeing success shouted from the rooftops, right? It's all about the victory laps and the public praise. But what if the most powerful kind of success is, well, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't need an audience at all? That's what we're diving into today, this idea of silent excellence. So, let's start with this word, preeminent. It's a big word, but what it really means is just being the best, surpassing everyone else, being seen as supreme, outstanding. But here's the twist. What happens when we stop trying to be preeminent for other people and start thinking about what that means for ourselves? And that leads us to this really core question. Think about it. When nobody's watching, I mean, no likes, no comments, zero applause, how do you define success? How do you even know you've done a good job? This question, it really cuts to the chase of what actually motivates us deep down.
Look, we all want people to see how hard we work, right? We want credit for the struggle, for the late nights. But here's the thing. Other people, they only ever see the final result. It's like they only see the tip of the iceberg. They'll see the promotion, but they have no idea about all the extra hours you put in. They see a beautiful painting, not the hundreds of sketches that ended up in the trash. And that's why, if you're only relying on their validation, well, it's a game you just can't win.
So it really feels like we have two ways to go here. On one hand, you've got that external drive. This is the one that runs on praise. But it's flimsy. It's like a delicate vase that'll shatter the second you stop getting that validation. But then there's the other path, the internal drive. This one comes from you. It's self-motivated, it's solid, it has deep roots. It's the kind of drive that keeps going no matter who's watching or who isn't. Yeah, exactly. Our drive would be so flimsy that it would fall apart the moment that external drive goes away. It really is that simple. When what motivates you is built on what other people think, it's not a foundation at all. It's a total house of cards. The first little gust of wind, the moment public opinion shifts, the whole thing just collapses. You just can't fuel your ambition that way for the long haul. It's totally unsustainable. So what's the solution? We've got to make a shift. It's about flipping a switch from looking outside to looking inside. Because the most resilient, the most authentic, the most fulfilling kind of success, it comes from an internal engine, one that's powered by your standards, your passion, and your own definition of a job well done. Okay, but this is where a big fear pops up for a lot of us, right? It's a real roadblock. You might be thinking, but what if my passions seem, well, boring to other people? What if the thing that truly lights you up is, I don't know, organizing spreadsheets or identifying bird calls or perfecting a sourdough starter? Things that might not look all that impressive to the outside world. What then? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. Your passion is for you. It's not up for a public vote. The second you start looking for someone else to validate it, you actually make it smaller. So you know what? It is absolutely okay if the world thinks your passion is boring. In fact, that might just be the best sign that it's genuinely, authentically yours. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that it's not boring to you. I want you to picture this for a second. A quiet kitchen, late at night, there's just a single light on, and the sink is perfectly clean. Think about that. There's no trophy for this, right? No one's giving you an award. But that right there is a perfect snapshot of silent excellence. It's a simple task, done just for the sake of doing it, and it brings this quiet, personal feeling of order and satisfaction. No one else even needs to know about it. In all of this, it really builds up to one central, really powerful idea, and it's this. The loudest proof of greatness is often how little noise it needs. I mean, just think about that. Real impact, real mastery, it doesn't have to shout to be heard. So what does that really mean in practice? It means that true excellence isn't a performance. It's not about trying to get into the spotlight. It's all about substance. It's about doing the quiet, consistent work day in and day out that eventually earns respect all on its own. It earns attention without ever having to demand it. So, I want to leave you with one last thing to think about. Take a look at your own life for a minute. Your job, your hobbies, your relationships, and just for a second, forget about all the things that get you applause or praise. Instead, ask yourself this: where is my greatness making the least amount of noise? Because I bet that's probably where it's the most real.